In 1975, Kiwi symphonic rockers Ragnarok released their first of two albums, and from it, the track Fenris. Oh, some details to that track that had slipped my mind in the years since I had heard it. Fenris by Ragnarok, and it began with a hi-hat pattern, kind of misty, swiftly joined by spacey, sustained mellotron, really raw. Some of my favorite mellotron on record, actually. I just love that really raw, icy tone here. And airy guitar tones, kind of lyrical, kind of like filtering in. And then we go into that verse with that rapid fire vocal delivery from Lea Maalfrid. Yes, the very striking, who would become a songwriter, a stateside songwriter, and I guess has been involved in some pop songwriting. Unfortunately, she left after this album, wasn't on their second album. Anyway, and over some odd meters in those verses, like it would be like a bar of four, then like they would take out like a beat or something and be like an unexpected three here and there. It didn't seem like there was any consistency to it. It was just like they would like take out one count like at random, and then at around 1:15, this spacey icy stop-start rhythmic instrumental section suddenly took us from that first chorus. And then it went into this slowed section with oozing synths over mellotron. And it turned out we were kind of in this lengthy midsection just after only one chorus, just like a little more than 1 minute into the track, suddenly we had gone into this lengthy midsection, yeah. And then some wordless vocal, and then, yeah, very high, kind of faint, her, stretching, showing her range. And then at around 3:05, the intro resumed. The track kind of rebooted with that hi-hat, once again, the icy mellotron, the lyrical guitar notes coming in. A bit more bass counterpoint filtering in though this time, kind of trebly bass. And back to those metrically staggering verses, and then that soaring chorus. And that line really started to stand out, that "when will the moon come and set you free?" And then trebly bass and interlocked with swirling tron took us out. Yeah, that was Fenris by Ragnarok, and the lyrics to the song aren't pretty anywhere, but the title of the song goes right along with the name of the band. It's kind of a theme of theirs, like Viking folklore. Yeah, Fenrir or Fenris sulfur. Old Norse, Fenrir's wolf, often translated to Fenris wolf, is a monstrous wolf in Norse mythology. Fenrir, together with Hel and the word serpent, is a child of Loki and giantess Angrib. Some of these like Icelandic words. It's interesting that a New Zealand band were so fascinated with Icelandic or with folklore from that side of the world, because yeah, a lot of these words look Icelandic, because those are, not only is that opposite ends of the world, but both land masses are kind of so off the beaten path as far as the world is concerned. I like a lot of a lot of the lay public in America can't point to New Zealand on a map, and they can't point to Iceland on a map either. And I once saw a quote by Neil Finn where he said, "Americans and Canadians, they know where Australia is, but heck, they think New Zealand is like somewhere near Iceland or something." Well, 40 years ago, they may have thought that anyway. Yeah. Okay. Fenrir, together with Hel and the word serpent, is a child of. Okay, I read that. He is attested in Poetic Edda, compiled in 13th century from earlier traditional sources. You know, reading this first paragraph on Wiki about this is almost like you need a translation just to get through that. You would have to be a bit more versed in everything they're talking about just to get through that first sentence. In the prose Edda, additional information is given about Fenrir. I guess the short of it is he's kind of a Fenris is a monstrous wolf. That's what she was singing about. Yeah. Um, I don't have time to get through all this to uh, pinpoint the significance of that line. When will the moon come and set you free? So if you're more versed in this in these legends, yeah, leave a comment below about where exactly the verses and the chorus and this were, what parts of the legend that these were lyrics were pinpointing and getting to. Anyway, yeah, Ragnarok would do two albums, 1975 and 1976, and both with. Yeah, this one, I think I like this first one a little bit better. It's a bit more raw, and her vocals add a dimension that are kind of missing on that second one, but they're both pretty good. Anyway, and this coming out at a time when Kiwi was just starting to turn out a whole lot of serious acts that played their own material and were synthesizing elements of northern maximalist space rock, symphonic rock, hard rock, even rustic rock at times. Yeah. I mean, the same year, Ragnarok, Space Waltz, Split Ends, and then over the next few years, Mother Goose, Dragon, Air Lord. Yeah. Anyway, for more Rubies and Sapphires from the two Ragnarok albums, see the directory of albums by Australasian artists linked in the description below. Like and subscribe, follow me on social media, share the video, and leave a comment if there are any observations you have about the track we just heard. The instrumentation, the arrangement, the composition, the beauty of it all, the just confluence of icy mellotron and spacey lyrical guitar, and then the lyrics. Yeah, if you can like crack those and leave your observations below on that. Yeah. And until next time, this is Zaragon, the world's most ear-traveled trimaximalist, signing off.